right, I gotta do this. Laying down, waiting for this. Come on, I got my Blackbird up. Get around the corner. There's my gunship. The game's almost over. I gotta get it up. I can't let a good gunship go to waste, even though I'm in a spot where I shouldn't be laying down, flying a gunship. Oh, I'm the last kill, huh? There I am. I knew I shouldn't have been laying there. That was a rookie move. What a rookie move.
Drop to the floor, drop to the floor, drop to the floor.
What's up, ladies and gents? This is Idaho Dub with another Call of Duty Black Ops gameplay. And I know you've done what I did in the intro. You have dropped down and pulled out a kill streak when you shouldn't have. You were in no position to be flying your chopper gunner or your gunship around, but you did it anyways because you had to get it up. Especially if it's at the end of the game, you got to get that up. You can't let those experience points go to waste. But I am playing a little free-for-all on Stadium, still using the MPL with the rapid fire, and I'm loving the setup I have. I love free-for-all. It's definitely my favorite game, and the MPL is such a beastly weapon. It's the bee's knees. It's that item 9. And speaking of the bee's knees, that's what I want to talk to you about today. Old people's sayings. Actually, it's not even old people, just phrases that were popular at one point, or slang words that were popular at one point and aren't popular anymore. I'm sure you've all heard them. I mean, I said 2 earlier, the bee's knees, the item 9. You know, the item 9's like the equivalent to us being like, that's the ish. That's that ish. That's what the item 9 means. Like, that's the cool thing. And it's just, I don't know, I hear it a lot. My roommate, his boss actually, he's an older gentleman, so he uses words like, this is my favorite old slang word or phrase of all time, and that is punch sand. So like when he gets mad at somebody, he'll be like, well, that guy can just punch sand. This guy sounds like a hothead, so I think he says that with a little more vigor than I do, but you get the gist of it, like punch sand. Like, you know how awesome that is? Instead of calling somebody like a douchebag and like dropping like every curse word known to man, you're like, punch sand, punch sand. Oh man, like I just love these old sayings, and I've started noticing myself like saying them more now. Like I say swell a lot more now. You don't hear people say swell very often, and I don't know why it is. I think actually some of these old phrases are starting to come back into style. It could also be because I watch a lot of Mad Men and I might have picked up a phrase or a couple words there. But, you know, even since I was a little kid, my grandma's, she's older obviously, she's used certain phrases. You know, she would use this phrase. I remember whenever I'd itch my nose, she'd be like, that means somebody's talking about you. And there was always something like, what, you know, little things you do if you yawned. Like when my grandpa would yawn, he'd say, "Ho hum Harry." Like just cool phrases like that. Like this stuff intrigues me, and it's intriguing because, I find it intriguing because it seems like phrases are cool, right, for a certain generation, and then they go out of style, and then they slowly start to creep back in, or like a formation of the word starts to creep back in. For instance, like our grandparents, they had their set of slang, right? Their generation had their own slang terms and terminology, phrases, whatever. And then our parents come along, and they're like, what? Did you just say the bee's knees? Nah, that's not groovy, that's not rad. And then our parents have us, we come along, and we're like, did you just say groovy, Mom? That is not groovy, that's cool. That's that ish. That's dope. Those jokes are dope. Blackbird. And then I come along and you guys are like, Blackbird. So back to my story. I got a little off topic there. That Blackbird sound always throws me off. So, you know, generations, you know, the slang changes for each generation. But I have caught myself when I'm saying something. Like I'll say a slang term and my mom will be like, my mom used to say that. So like my grandma would used to say that, and she finds it kind of, you know, odd or shocking that now I'm saying it. I mean, obviously I'm not just dropping all these old phrases on her all the time because I don't know that many old phrases.
Who let the dogs out?
You know, I'm not just walking around dropping bee's knees and item 9s and that's the cat's meow on my mom all the time. But I try to slip it into my vocabulary because I like it. I'm intrigued by these these phrases. I find them funny, actually, and I think they're great. You know, for instance, I guess like one of the main reasons I like them is I like to see how the word or the phrase evolves through time. You know, like when I was a kid, and I guess it still kind of holds true today, but gay used to be like the most derogatory thing you could say to somebody. You'd be like, dude, you're so gay, or that's so gay. The way Idaho Dub plays Black Ops is so gay. And that was like the derogatory thing. And people still say that, but it definitely doesn't hold the same derogatorianness. That's right. I just said that word. That's not a word. But it doesn't, you know, it doesn't do as much damage as it used to. And I think it's because our generation and the younger generations are more open to gay people. Or I guess I should say have a better understanding of gay people. And, you know, it's just very different views. People are more open-minded now. Even older people have become more open-minded. The world's changed, so phrases have changed. You know, certain words, meanings have changed. And that's kind of what intrigues me. It kind of reminds me of fashion. Like it seems like you see it all the time, you know, stuff that is in style now used to be stupid to wear because old people wore it, but now it's back in style. So that's kind of how slang and certain words are. To me, at least, it's kind of like fashion. They go in and out of style. But I'm about to wrap this game up. I would love to know if you guys have any phrases, or maybe your grandparents or somebody in your family had some phrases that are awesome or that you find odd. Maybe somebody else would like them. Leave a comment if you have any phrases. I'm going to get out of here. I went 30-4, took the W. I was the item 9, the bee's knees, the cat's meow. But thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Drop to the